Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Room podcast. This is our third episode. Thank you for joining us today. If you don't already know, got my boys with me. Got my boy Brandon across the table, Rizzo, Joey, and myself, Drake. We are grateful to be here and to give you all this content. Thank you once again, like I said. To start off, how was y'all's week? Straight up, how was y'all's week?
I mean, my week is not quite over yet. So a couple days ago, but I mean, so far it's been pretty long. A lot to do. Just waiting for it to be Monday. That's when my weekend.
You ready to start the week again?
Yeah.
That's good.
The weekend just started.
Chasing money chaser right there.
Yeah, really. You work tomorrow?
I don't want to take it.
I work tomorrow. I work Sunday.
Oh yeah.
And then off Monday, but then after that, work.
Work. How about you?
Like Rihanna, right? Work. I mean, for me, I worked Monday. Took Tuesday off because I took my cast off.
Hey. Free hand. He's a free hand. He's a free
it's
hand
helped
now.
out a lot, and I have better performance now on my job, and it can have some pain if I'm pushing myself, but I don't have any pain right now, and work has been steady. It's been accomplishable. Is that a word? Accomplishable. We're accomplishing stuff, man. I'm thankful that we're getting it done, and it hasn't been hardly like any hiccups, except for this time where the other day, a couple days ago, a wheelbarrow actually hit my head. So we have these steel wheelbarrows, and we throw it over the trailer sometimes when the trailer's full to weigh it down.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't looking at the trailer, and the wheelbarrow got thrown up, and it fell out as it got thrown up on there, and I wasn't looking, and it hit my head, dude. The wooden part of the handlebar.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it hurt. It still hurts, but I'm okay. Like, pain's temporary, right?
Yes.
That was bad. They don't want to have any injuries, of course. And it could be tender. It can create some swelling. Iced it up,
Especially your head, man.
Yeah, you good to go.
That can mess up your brain.
Hell
yeah.
But I was fine.
Yeah.
As long as the person says sorry, right? It's all good.
As long as what?
Accidents happen. As long as the person says sorry, I'm fine with it, But yeah, the week has been long, but I'm having fun every day on my job.
There you go. That's all
I love my job.
All that matters, man.
Yeah, it's good that y'all had a good week. I mean, my week was straight. I'm here today, so it's always good to know. But
I'm here today, yeah.
Work week, school week, getting things done, trying to accomplish what I can every single day, get the tasks done, and then, enjoy the rest of my night while I can. So glad it's finally Friday, even though I work tomorrow, but glad I'm here to make this podcast. That's all that matters.
Right, dude, for sure.
What about you, Joey? Come on, man.
Last man standing. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on with you?
Man.
I'm tired.
Same old. I'm not tired. I take naps at work. But no, same old. We're still doing the 1 week on, 1 week off, so I'm there by myself until my partner comes back.
So you work by yourself when you're there, so they're really minimizing how many people are in the building.
Exactly.
I mean, I see that because when I pass by, I work right next to the General Dynamics. I mean, you guys are the same thing, but I just gave off your company.
I said it last time.
No, it's fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so pretty much I drive by there and I see that there's barely anyone in the parking lot. It's always the same cars.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
They just expanded it to the 30th of October, 1 week on, 1 week off. So.
Damn.
So I'm chilling.
There's nothing wrong with that though. That's always nice.
That's all because of COVID and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to maintain social distancing and whatnot.
I want to go back full time because I can do the overtime, but when we're doing the 1 week on, 1 week off, they canceled overtime.
Oh yeah.
True.
So
losing a little bit of money there, but
it's a lot of
time. Time is so valuable. You can't put a price on it.
Shit, that's time and a half. I need that.
No, but no,
For real,
I mean, you're having time off from work. You don't have obligations to, obviously, your job. So with that, you can choose what you want to do.
Sleep.
No, that helps with performance, though.
It's important, though.
Sleep helps with performance.
Nah, sleep. All you need is 4 hours of sleep to function. U.S. military
to function.
Yeah,
To
function.
Define function.
4 hours of function.
You need
what?
4
Like
hours of
a
sleep to
zombie?
function. Says the military.
Zombies function, right?
That's what they told me in the military.
That
I don't
seem
know if they were lying to me or not.
That's not even healthy because if I'm correct, it's like the average human, adult needs like 6 to 7 hours or like 5 or 6, but 6 to 7 hours is like
recommended.
reasonable. 8's recommended.
Hell no. Who
I know when
8
you're.
hours of sleep.
I get like 9.
What the years?
I mean, some
You're
people.
fucking Dracula.
Some people are able to fall asleep early. I'm that type of person where it's like I can kind of stay up pretty late and be cool with it, especially if I'm like doing something and got my mind on something. I can stay up pretty late, but when it comes to the week, I do realize that I gotta wake up early, so I gotta go to sleep. I gotta put a time frame on it.
I mean, I only
It's still hard.
I only got like probably like 6 hours last night, and I'm feeling it right now. So
I don't know. Maybe
everybody's a little-
maybe that's just me from being in the military.
A little fatigue.
I just need 4 hours. 4 hours.
You get used to it.
Yeah, I just got
It's-
used to it.
they yell at you to wake up.
Get up right now! Oh my god!
So like, for example, when sometimes you have a bigger day, like you have set for you the next day, right? Like
Sure.
before you go to sleep, you might be thinking about the next day. Does that cause you to stay up later and you end up lacking sleep? Because you obviously, if you want like, oh, it's a big day, I'm gonna go to sleep early, but you don't go to sleep early because you're just thinking about the
Because you're
next,
too excited.
pretty much, or just thinking
No.
about different scenarios.
No, not really. I think that once for like car shit, but that's about it. Not for work.
I mean, maybe
So
first day on the job.
excitement, maybe.
First day on the job, you're excited. You're like, damn, I'm about to get a new job. I'm about to get
Yeah,
paid
maybe.
well.
It's
Yeah,
good though.
maybe.
It's
Like,
good.
hell
It's
yeah.
good to be futuristic, to like the point where you have something planned. Like, do you make plans something like
No.
huge, or you just kind of go with the flow?
Let's go with the flow.
That makes it a good segue then, in my mind, to get onto the topics to get us on place. Where do y'all see yourself in 5 years?
Florida.
Okay. You really see yourself in Florida?
I want to move to Florida.
Really?
No cap.
When are you thinking of making that happen?
5 years.
5 years?
Facts. Mark
That's
this.
good.
We'll come back to this
Tampa?
podcast.
Tampa,
Within 5
Orlando.
years.
What's the heart of Florida? You think is it Orlando? That's where Disney World is.
No, I think
Fuck Disney World.
you told me like
People
Fort,
love that place.
Fort Lauderdale area,
Fort
like,
Lauderdale.
kind of
Fort
like
Why don't you like Disney World?
Boca Raton area.
I've been there before. It was like
I've been there a few times. I actually
I thought
grew
a Blue
up-
Man
I
would
actually
go
grew up beginning of my childhood going to Florida for
Really?
vacations.
wow.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Before I even was born, the first time I went to Florida, I wasn't even born. But then when I was 2 years old, we went. Yeah, I wasn't even born, man. We went there. I don't remember all of it, but yeah, like I remember going there when I was like 2 years old. We had a lot of good times there in Florida. We had
To Orlando?
resorts there, and yeah,
Okay.
Orlando, Florida.
There you go.
No, I've heard a lot of good things about that place. I've never been to that place. I've never been to Florida, but I definitely want to make that happen at some point. Even if it is Disney World, I mean, shit, that's like a memorable place that I've heard many people say like it's a dream to go there. It's like crazy to see. I mean, it's just like you might not be into the whole like cartoony type, Disney
Type
vibe,
of vibe, yeah.
but in the end of the day, it's like it's an experience. I feel like that would be
Definitely.
really cool.
It is an
You know.
experience.
Yeah.
So is that
The
something?
fireworks were cool.
Exactly,
The
that's what
fireworks
I'm
like
saying.
grand finale that they always
Yeah,
do.
it's probably no joke over there,
Yeah.
like with the fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, it was-
so
it
that's
was great. It was great.
Shit.
Is that something
Universal
you wanna
Studios
do?
is there too. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So
But that's where I see myself in 5 years.
you see yourself there and finally that's good though.
What makes you want to live there?
I don't know all the.
Peninsula.
I don't know all the. I don't know. It's the weather.
Yeah.
The weather's nice. Car scene's nice.
Yeah, car
I like beaches.
I mean, studies say that,
I think the realities. I mean, the realty is really good over there. Like cheaper.
It's a very
housing.
tropical vibe
Yeah.
down there.
I
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
I like alligators.
yeah, I mean, you're going to have that problem. Actually have a
They're pretty cool animals.
Watch out when you're on the
yeah.
road.
It's a pretty big
You got-
issue because even my friend, his grandparents live up there, but when he goes down there, there's like always alligators in the rear, like the back pond.
Mhm.
It's just so typical.
Yeah.
That's like the main problem there. But I mean, studies, like I was about to say, studies say that people that live at the beach
Yeah.
are just have a whole different look in life and are more happy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a way. It's like, I mean, I would be happy. Shit. the
Well,
beach
maybe
is nice.
because
Salt life.
last time I went
Hell yeah.
down there, I just never got it out of my mind. It was that good.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I've
you're still
been
thinking
that
about
good.
When's the
That's
last
cool,
time you were there
Yeah,
in
it was.
Florida?
Maybe like shit 8th grade.
But I mean, for you to still be thinking about it, it must have really touched him.
No, of course,
that joint got him right in the butt.
you're inspired.
Yeah, that's great. I'm going back when I get money.
I mean, I've been to Orlando once. I've been to Miami twice. Miami was really nice, but I mean, I know that I've read different things online and people, who actually live there now and stuff like that say that, there is a different experience as when you're actually living there versus like visiting. But I don't know, like I actually kind of really liked it there. Like even as a visitor, like I could picture myself in like that type of environment, I guess you could say.
Right.
Like,
You've ever left the country?
I've never left the country. No.
I have. The very first time this year, I went to Guatemala.
Oh wow!
Wow.
There for 9 days. My wife, family's from there, so got to meet her side of the family. That was quite an experience. That was awesome. Really blessed to have done that. But before that, it feels like I have left the country because I've been to Puerto Rico a couple times and even Hawaii a couple times.
Okay.
And that's like Hawaii's a state, Puerto Rico's a territory. So the first time was this year to leaving the country, but obviously those are a whole different arena, a whole different area than Virginia.
Yeah.
What part of Puerto Rico?
It was of course you land in the airport of San Juan.
Old Hand.
We went to
that's where I was.
Juntas. Juntas is the main spot where we went.
Okay.
So it's like a bit of a drive, an hour and a half. But
Okay.
yeah.
Now, was that something that, like, going out of the country, was that something that, like, you've always wanted to do type of thing, or was it just...
I always wanted to be, when the opportunity arises, to be down to leave the country. But planning-wise, of course, it kind of would happen sooner than later if you were to plan it. But
Okay.
the nice thing about meeting your new family, because we're married, so we're a family now, and I have nieces there, got cousins, uncles in a way, like I view her family the same as mine, so I'm adding, the family's getting bigger, like whatever happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Hawaii was definitely crazy.
I want to go there.
I think that's a bucket list item for me.
I heard that was expensive.
Facts.
It's crazy
Hawaii
anywhere
for
you
sure.
go. I mean, like even like Oregon, even Texas. I mean, Vermont, any state. Like it's different than Virginia. I mean, life here. I grew up most of my life here. Same with Drake. He went to Puerto Rico, and that was the first time he went on an airplane.
Really?
And he was like, "Damn, I don't want to go."
Were you scared?
No, it was definitely a weird experience. I was at actually the window seat because I wanted to see, but like being that high in the air, you're just like, shit.
Yeah,
I'm high as shit, like in the sky. you know, it's
very high.
It's very weird, and it's just like
It's amazing.
But planes are still
cool
the
experience,
safest mode of travel.
I know, but
America invented flight.
I know, but
The Wright
being in a plane for the first time, yeah, you look at it like you probably people do research and it's studies say that the whole thing of what is it. It's safer to be in a plane than a car. You're more likely getting to crash in a car.
True.
And it's just like, it's still weird. I'm in the sky, and it's just like, the turbulence and stuff like that. It's very weird.
Yeah,
It's a weird experience, but I made it happen. So it's 4 hour, 5-hour flight. So
Hey, but you made it there, made it back.
I made it there, made it back. Yep.
Blessed to have be able to have that opportunity. Have y'all flown before?
yeah. I mean, I've been to Miami twice. Drove to Orlando. I've flown to Georgia before. I've flown to Boston twice now. I'm going to be flying there next weekend, actually, for a 3-day weekend.
Is that where the shawty is?
No, that's one of my best friends is up there.
Oh, really? True shit.
So yeah, I don't
Do you
mind.
have like a little bit of like a comprehension of the places where you want to go, like worldly. Like there's obviously some traveling. Like if you want to be a tourist, I know now with the pandemic, it makes everything different. You need to have proof.
Makes it very hard. Yeah,
You need to have proof that you're free of the virus, and that makes it so different.
Wouldn't mind going to Tokyo.
Yep.
Or Australia. But Tokyo, yeah.
Tokyo for sure.
Yeah, no
Go to
cap.
Japan.
Is that because of
Mainland Japan.
Fast and Furious or what?
That's mainly because of cars.
Yeah, exactly. Fast and Furious. Or how'd you? If it wasn't for Fast and Furious, would you know Tokyo had a good scene, a car scene?
When the
I mean, I don't know if it's even a car scene. I feel like it's mainly just like
I feel like that's like a lifestyle.
It's
over there.
like a whole nother lifestyle. Just like people all over the place. Like it's just a whole nother. I mean, I can't really speak for it, but from what it seems like, and from what I've heard from other people, it's just like an experience that is not the same than anything around here. You know, like you won't get what's over there over here. You know,
Of course, yeah.
and it's like
I think air quality is a little different for sure.
yeah, air quality is horrible there. That's the thing.
I mean, everything's so compact and kind of
Dense.
close
So many
together,
people,
dense, yeah.
power plants,
No
and
trees.
just everything. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, it's like nothing going on there.
Australia's another place that'd be pretty cool. Australia.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like a couple things that could be on your bucket list before you. Obviously, there's a time that we're not going to be here anymore. Things you want to do before
Die.
you die.
Mm-hmm. You ask me?
Like for everybody.
I mean, for me, travel more. I mean, I would love to be able to travel more, see the world, because I think, I mean, yes, like life is long per se, but it's also very short. Like I feel like time is limited. You never know, like when something can happen, and
Facts.
you know. So I definitely want to travel more. You know, maybe not. I don't have to see the whole world, but I want to see some of the, I guess, some
Key
of those
features.
key places in the world. You know, that places, you know, like Rome and, you know, Great Britain.
Yeah.
Go to, you know, Tokyo, places.
Yeah, my dad was in Rome. He liked it
a little bit to that would be, how bad do you want that? Do you want that more than you want? Let's say you love, you know, investing in your car, right?
Yeah.
So if you, since you love investing in car parts, would you change your mind on car parts versus investing in, you know, traveling to other countries?
No.
No, because
what I'm
I think my mindset now is to be able to get myself in a position where I can, you know, afford to buy all of the car parts that my heart desires, but also be like, you know what, I want to go away to this place for a week, take a flight, book a room somewhere, fly there, you know, enjoy life, not worry about money, stuff like that. That's kind of
good.
where I want to put myself.
So like a vacation maybe like once a year instead of like always having your mind on it. But it's good to think futuristically, because honestly, you're never gonna visit these places that you have in your head unless you plan it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like kind of asking that question as well. But you answered it pretty well. Like, yeah.
No,
What about you guys?
I mean, that's one thing I've looked at. I've never really like figured out exactly what I want to do, like bucket list wise. I do see myself like wanting to definitely experience more, go through more, and, you know, travel more, because at the end of the day, it's like I've always been in Virginia. I've barely traveled to really see the outside of, you know, the USA in general. I haven't really seen the USA completely, but it's like just to travel over to the places that you learned about in school or just like heard about that are so beautiful. You've seen so many pictures, you know, it's like you should be able to experience that at some point in your life. You know, obviously it's probably not going to happen for me right now, but I would hope, you know, with my future wife, that I would definitely, you know, have something in
It's definitely,
you know,
better
in the plan.
to not travel alone.
It's definitely, you want to make that experience with someone, like, you know, like you don't want to just do it by yourself. There's some people that can do it by themselves, but at the end of the day, for me, I feel like I want to do it with my significant other. And I want to.
I don't agree with that.
I mean, you're different.
Let me hear you why. I mean,
What do you think?
You can finish.
I mean, if I'm going to travel, I'm going to be with someone, because first off, I'm traveling. I'm not really used to that. I want to be with someone that kind of like can experience it with me. And I feel like traveling is just like with a girl or with your girlfriend or your best friend.
Your partner.
It's just like, that's a whole nother experience. Y'all both experience it together, and it's something you could put on the, you know, on the charts. Boom.
I'd rather travel with my boys than my girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's just me. I feel like with the boys you have more fun.
I mean, depending on where, but if I'm going to Rome or like those, if I'm going to more like
Like France, like Paris
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
a
Yeah.
love.
Maybe
It's
yeah,
like
it depends on
love
the
there.
location. Yeah,
it depends on location.
Venice,
But
Italy, something.
if
Yeah.
I'm going to like, I would go to Miami with my boys.
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
go to
Facts.
Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I was
you know,
thinking,
those
yeah.
places. I want to go to Vegas. I would still go, but I want to go to Vegas with my girlfriend. You know,
Vegas
So
is
it's just
fun.
like-
I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Vegas is fun.
So
Yeah.
that's for me.
You got anything on your bucket list that? I know you're a pretty simple guy.
Did I already say skydiving? Did I say that already?
No,
No,
you
you
did
were
not.
about to say it, but didn't say it.
Oh, someone cut me off. Nah, yeah, skydiving would be pretty cool. I want to skydive. You know how for skydiving, have you been skydiving? You haven't been skydiving?
No.
Not.
My dad went skydiving.
I think for skydiving, you have to, for like a certain amount, you got to go with an instructor. So after a certain amount, then you can go by yourself.
Yeah, the first starting you have to go with an instructor because you don't know what to do.
Well, I think it's like
It's a numerous.
I think it's like under 10.
high
You
risk.
gotta
It's
go-
not just one. It's like many.
Yeah,
you have to go with.
Honestly,
I want to
you
do
get
a
a license.
Yeah.
You would think that pulling the parachute would be simple, but also it comes down to the right time to pull the parachute. Secondly, properly deploying it.
Well, we
So
did.
that's why I guess that you have to have a certain time of experience.
Well, we did in the military, so that's probably why I like it so much.
So you've done it.
Facts. That's why I
Oh,
like it
you've
so
done
much.
it?
That's why I like it so much.
Oh dang!
But I
How
wanna-
was that
I-
experience then?
But I want to do it to where I can do it without the instructor on the civilian side.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I can just go by myself and be like, yeet,
yeah.
out the freaking window.
I mean, that's cool though that you've experienced that. Like, so how was that experience when you did it? Because I've
Fun.
never done it.
But there's no
Probably
fear.
hella
There's no
adrenaline.
fear. Like honestly, fear could be healthy too because it's telling you like safety first.
True.
I mean, yeah, fear is natural. You know,
I mean,
to have
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Dubai would be pretty cool.
No,
Dubai. Yeah, that'd be
Dubai.
That'd be crazy.
Dubai.
I heard Thailand's pretty cool.
I heard Thailand was pretty. My
Yeah, I heard
my
it's pretty cool.
cousin had her wedding there,
Really?
and she said it was fire.
Honestly, like for me, I don't really concern myself with traveling that much, but I will concern myself with like developing more growth, more like permanent growth with where I'm at now in Virginia.
I don't
Like, I
understand.
want to have a house. Like I'm renting.
Oh, okay.
Right now. I'm renting
Okay.
right now, so like,
Mhm.
I kind of am more concerned about real estate in a way of like
Mhm.
having my home. That's kind of where my head's at.
Yeah.
And of course, like vacations are necessary, but I kind of feel like vacations can be done not only like where I'm at here. We can vacation like let's go to DC. All right, well, But for me, vacation I think about by the water, like a lake,
Mhm.
beach. That's me. It could be anywhere that's not far, and if it is far, that's more extravagant.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Ocean City Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like taking a vacation, it doesn't have to be. Most people think like, oh, taking a vacation, like going really far away or flying out of the country, but it can be somewhere like an hour away from your house. Half an hour away from your house. Like it doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but
Or like camping or something.
yeah, it could be anything.
You can honestly have a vacation every weekend if you had the time. You could go out and make something happen. Very simple
road trip, like a little small road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good though to kind of create a list of things that interest you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree because it
very
gives you
simple.
it gives you something to look forward to. Like, because if you have nothing to look forward to, then you're not going to really put in that effort in your current situation, like where you're at right now with work or school, whatever. Like, if you don't have kind of a going back to your like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, if you don't kind of make some, you don't create some thoughts about where you want to go, then where you're at right now, you're not really going to put in that effort.
Exactly.
You're not. And it's kind of like, like the reason why we don't go out of our way and put our phone down is because we have a distraction of our phone or TV. That's a distraction where, it's an outlet to, lay back and put away the stresses of work.
Yeah.
And simply enjoy that. But honestly, if you want to live life, it's better to have actions instead of like mental capacity of, attractiveness. In 5 years, like, what are the things it's not just about materialistic things, but like the thing, like who you are. You have a choice of who you are, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, one simple action or one simple decision could change a multitude of things.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, like for me, 5 years from now, I'll be 32. I mean, I'm going to be over 30 years old. I'm going to be, you know, for a guy, they say like a guy's prime is when he's 30.
wow. Nah. I
don't know. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, people can say that, and
I guess physical and mental prime is when they say you're like right around 30. So,
okay.
but I mean, so at that point, I'm going to be 32. You know, I'm already,
Good.
I've hit that hump, and now I'll be going, you know, towards the other end of life. So, I mean, I think at that point, for me, obviously, I want to be pretty steady in my career. I want to know what it is, you know, that I'm going to be doing for the next, you know, 15, you know, 20 years. Like, I think by the time
I don't think we've reached our best years of our life, you know. And it kind of reminds me of like My Next 30 Years by Tim McGraw. Ever heard that song?
Who?
No.
I know who Tim McGraw is. I haven't heard the song though.
Well, life is what you make it. It's always has been that way. And personally, I don't know where I see myself in the next 5 years. I know what I want to strive for, which is just hard work, and with hard work, great things will happen. It's all up to God what will happen to me, you know. Of course, life, it's not, I don't think it's biblical at all, really, but how you react to things is kind of how life forms. You know, 10% is how it happens to you, and 90% is how you react to it. It's important to react and have more action versus blank, you know. Like having some intentions to accomplish things that you want to see. For example, it could be business.
Yeah.
For example, it could be material things, like a house is material, but that's also a livelihood. Like, are you on your own right now, or you're still dependent?
I would say I'm still dependent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm independent now, but I'm still dependent in a way because of my business is with my dad. I'm dependent on a job.
Technical difficulties. All right, where were we at?
2 words.
Dependent.
Independence, which is you're on your own. Maybe you have a significant other, then you're not on your own. But dependence is you're relying on, say, your parents or whoever it may be.
For something, whether it's, you know, some source of income or housing or
Exactly, housing.
You know, helping you with school, whatever.
So I'm out my parents' house. It's my wife and I now. I'm dependable on her to take care of things, and she's dependable on me to take care of things, but still, we're still independent. But for me, my line of work, I'm with my dad, and we're doing landscaping. We're doing that business together as a family business. So I'm not 100% independent, and I know that that's kind of something you want to strive for, is to be your own person, your own man, your own woman, whatever it may be. But get your own and get your things established. And I know that Rizzo said earlier that he's not 100% independent. It's like, how do you get 100% independent? I mean, I think I still rely on, you know, personally, like I said before in the first episode, I rely on God. You know, I'm dependable on Him, you know, because He takes care of things that I can't control. You can only control so much. And, you know, so it's important, though, to try to, you know, get out the house, right? Work towards that, kind of like a priority. So, where all at right now, like currently I know Drake isn't out his own, like his own house right now. So, and then Joey, he has this place, but he just doesn't live here yet. Rizzo, you live with your mom and dad?
My dad.
You live with your dad?
Yeah, I mean, more or less, I mean, I pay rent. like I pay my portion of the rent, so
That's important too.
yeah, I pay my portion. I my own groceries, all my own toiletries, everything like that. So I mean, it's basically like having a roommate, but they're family. It's at the end of the day, I can come home and still do everything I can, with my father, but it's not.
And it's nice to have that family time. Like, it's really cool, honestly. Like, honestly, if you have a big, excuse my French, I was gonna say, if you have a big mansion, have a huge house, and have all your family live there, that's fine. As long as you get your privacy, though, right?
Nah.
Privacy. You don't care about
Live in the
privacy.
same house
know,
with my
right?
family.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying hypothetically. I mean, obviously, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I can get along.
I want a pet raccoon.
I think it just over time I'll be like, I need my space.
Yeah.
I need my own personal space. Like, I'm talking about no one in the damn house. That's type space.
There you go.
Because I wouldn't mind walking around butt naked.
Hell,
You gotta try
okay,
it
I
out.
don't know about all
Honestly,
that.
It's my house.
I don't know.
that's on a bucket list right now. Like,
To walk around butt naked?
where you see
To walk around
yourself
butt
in
naked,
5 years?
making waffles.
Yeah.
Where you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself current living situation or
Florida.
better
Like I said.
circumstances where you're, it's like not obligated to communicate some things that's like, hey, where you at? I'm looking to see you. I thought you were going to be home by now. Things like that, it's like kind of off.
Yeah.
I agree. There was a little wink over there. What was that about?
No,
I
I
was
was awake.
smiling. It's like, yeah.
My eyes just get really squinty. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
I guess it's all in what you make it. Like you said earlier. I mean, you kind of
Make it happen. It's good to be patient, though, because this is the right time to move out. There's no rush. You know what I'm saying? If you rush that, then it kind of be like struggle. Obviously, if you want to take other priorities into place, like say school or say career or anything like that could be, then all right, then absolutely utilize what you can, but make sure that you're utilizing your circumstances for the betterment of enhancement.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, no one wants to be on the struggle bus. I mean, no one wants to.
Not at all.
It happens, though. I mean, it's natural. It's
No
very
one wants to eat
natural.
cheese sandwiches.
I mean, you could be
Right.
homeless. I mean, it's natural. I mean, it could happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't downgrade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Be humble about it because
tons of veterans out there that
Facts.
they served the country. They did great things for the country.
Nice.
But then things happen and they're in a position now where they don't know where they're going to sleep at night and what they're going to eat for dinner or just things like that. And so
I want to get enough
amazing.
money
It's
to where I can
it's
buy
amazing.
a building, renovate it, and have all the homeless veterans in there rent free, like a little soup kitchen / fucking
like
Hoochie camp.
like a
that'd be fresh as shit.
Definitely
like a
need
hostel
funding.
type of thing.
Yeah.
You would
so it's
definitely-
important
yeah.
also to maybe that's definitely a challenge,
Yeah.
and it'll require a lot of establishment. So since that's the case, donate to charity. I mean, right? I mean, if you want to help the problems, donate, right?
Was there a charity specifically for the homeless veterans? Because there are veterans out there that are
There's
homeless that have
definitely
no
there's
hope.
definitely charities that exist.
Sadly to say.
There's charities,
Yeah.
but
There's charities, but I don't really hear about them. I just hear about
Yeah.
like St.
because
Jesus.
it's not advertised.
Not advertised.
It's nonprofits and stuff. So we don't really. If you look, you probably will find it.
You'll find it, but
no one
yeah,
cares about the
nonprofits.
homeless, man,
The part about that is,
which is bad.
the word doesn't get around
Yeah.
completely,
Mm-hmm.
which is sad to say.
Like we don't even like we're to the point where what would we like to have to eat when others are worried about am I able to get food?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like restaurants, man. Because all that shit that they don't use, they throw it away when they could easily start a fucking soup kitchen and give it to the fucking homeless.
Some restaurants are
Yeah, it's very true.
Some restaurants do prioritize like wasteful food because they know that they're spending money on it and there's problems existing.
Mhm.
Like I know that Chick-fil-A will do that. I know that Dunkin' Donuts does that. And there's a lot, but it's just like kind of not like what's advertised,
Mhm.
And like employees would know though if you speak to an employee or whatever.
Yeah, where does that food go at the end of the day type of thing? I know a lot of retail.
there's a lot of waste going on. There's definitely a lot of waste.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And big problem.
I know a lot of retail businesses. They will donate, just different canned goods and other foods that you know, maybe the package is damaged or something like that, but the contents are still good. So all that food goes to donations, stuff like that. I know a lot of retail places do that. So
no, that's good because there's a lot of like, you know, I know like Dunkin' Donuts and like Starbucks. Not trying to put bash their name, but I know like whatever they got or any type of place that's like a bakery or just has like, you know, they package like, you know, croissant or, you know, just some type of cupcake or whatever, but they throw that out at the end of the day. And it's just like, there's a lot of good packaged goods that are out for the day that can't really go over tomorrow. They could if they were in the refrigerator, but they don't choose to. They just choose to throw it out. And those are
they'll just make a new one tomorrow. So
yeah, and it's just like,
stress it. Yeah.
I know y'all put the money on that.
It's kind of just
you're wasting
adds
money
to the overhead. For a restaurant, there's a lot of overhead. You know, obviously, you need to make it attractive for people to come there. There's a lot of like expectations that comes along with it. So I can see how they are wasteful because it's cheaper to be wasteful. But if you have a heart of, I guess, you know, people say heart of gold, but you know, to try to help out, you would kind of like put the profits aside because I guarantee you the bigger chains are profitable at the end of the day. So, I mean, there's so much you always could do, and obviously, like, employees would be happy to take that home, too, because employees are, you know, making ends meet. But if they don't have to worry about as much on the grocery side, that's a, you know, part of the expense of living. I mean, let them take it home, you know? Let them have it for, you know, the future. Like a couple days later, eat the donuts. It's still good.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
Needs to, definitely. Yeah.
We got any
little benefit?
Any Q&A today, Drake?
Q&A? No, there's no questions.
Not today.
No, not questions today.
Ask more questions, man.
No, I didn't even put in a post this past week to even ask any questions. I just
Oh my god.
We love questions, but it's all good.
Yeah, we didn't have any questions, but hopefully next time I would definitely put something out there to get y'all a little interactive. But like I said before, you know, leave it in the comments if y'all have any future questions for us. Yeah, you want us to answer topics or whatever.
Shoot them over. I mean, we'll.
Like, how did I hurt? Like, how did I hurt my hand? You know.
For real though.
No one has asked that.
I think you said it on the first
podcast. You don't care
podcast.
about my pain.
I think you said it on the first podcast.
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I think you brought it up, but you didn't really specify exactly what the problem was. But it's good to see that you have a hand again.
Right. Some exposure here.
Just a club.
Yeah, the dangerous club that hit everyone's car.
If you noticed the second episode, I'm having a struggle with my lap and the table.
Like in that SpongeBob.
I don't want to call you out. But
Firmly grasp it.
But yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, what I only know.
Today's topic was bucket list, you know?
So yeah.
Bucket list in life. I mean, I feel like we talked about a good amount.
We will always be able to give you content and give you what you need.
What?
We will always give you what you need. Always. We'll always give you what you need.
Close it off, Brandon. Come on.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And there's more to come. This is weekly. We have a whole bunch. There's a lot to this life, a lot to this world. And we'll touch base on a whole bunch.
All right.
That was good.
Thank you, everyone, for visiting our video. This is the Room Podcast, third episode. Be ready next week for the fourth and official episode. Thank you.
Will you be here?
Of course.
Okay. Make sure.
Why are you always asking that?
Will you be here? Rizzo makes it better.
Thank you for joining us today. Hope you all have a blessed weekend.
Stay blessed.
Continue striving.
White chocolate on the beat.
Gotta go pee. He's about to pee on the seat. This is a nice ass beat.